Right, so this is a little vlog update. I'm filming this the day before Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas Eve and it's my third sober Christmas Eve. I couldn't continue to drink anymore and maintain my relationships or my mental health. So it was really, really important for me to give up. But what made it so much easier the past couple of Christmases is that my husband doesn't really drink much anyway, and he was there with me to hold my hand through the Christmas period and to be sober with me, apart from a couple of times when, like, you know, I'd go to bed early. Just like I always have an exit strategy going into the season, the merry season, because everyone around me loves a drink, as I used to. But so some of you are aware that my husband is a long haul pilot now. Being apart for days at a time, you know, not my choice, not really something anyone would want when they've got small kids, but it just had to happen. Pandemic happened, wage cuts happened, our mortgage got pushed back. Like, I digress. So I'm not going to have Thomas because he has to fly to New York. I'm shitting it because it's still fucking hard. Like, not drinking and being like the sober one, it did become more effortless in general, like, you know, for the rest of the year. But like, Christmas is just, in Ireland, it's such a drink fueled occasion, and like, you know, it's just it's really hard. Like, I just thought I should vlog this because I still to this day get comments on those videos I put up about giving up drink and stuff, and I know a lot of you are doing things like sober October, so dry January, like just trying to rein things in a bit, you know. But I do have a lot of sober followers, so you might be able to like relate to this. But just like, I just have had thoughts recently that have frightened me a bit, like a little demon voice, you know, where you have like an angel and a demon, and like the little demon on your shoulder is like, oh, you could have like, you could get away with having one glass while he's gone. He won't know, no one will know. Like, you can just, you know, just get a little glass of Baileys or just like one glass of wine. The ability to self-sabotage is in there. It's in there, even though I have control. Do I? But it's in there. I'm going into a really triggering environment, and like, I don't have the husband there to hold my hand and to drink tea with me and to have alcohol-free non-wine, you know. For people who opt to be sober and are not drinking alcohol, Christmas is a minefield. I'm sure it is in most countries, but like in Ireland, in the UK, I'm not sure about the US. Like, if you're a US viewer, let me know what's like there. But here it's just like, there's no real way to avoid temptation if you want to see anyone. Like, you could have Christmas on your own, I suppose, but even then you're fighting that little demon that's just like, oh, just no one will know. It's so hard. Like, I can't really just take it for granted that I won't drink, because I know like, you can have given up alcohol for decades and relapse at Christmas or at any time. Like, it's always, it's like a choice you make every single day is to turn drink down when it's offered or when it's there. It's like with anything, you know. Exercising regularly is a choice. Adding fruit and vegetables to your meals is a consistent choice you make. Living in filth or doing your laundry, all of these things are in our control, and like, the only one who can control what I put in my mouth via a glass is me. And me is tired and exhausted from the pandemic and just stressed from an upcoming move, an upcoming book launch, and at the end of a long day of unconditional motherly love. We've all seen those memes. I often crave a drink, one drink, not even to get drunk, not even to get tipsy, just one drink. Because I managed to do that for many years. I'd have like one glass of wine or two glasses of wine with my dad, with my dinner, and I could stop there. And I don't know why what happened. Like, it's like I went back to my teenage binge drinking days, but like worse. And I was, you know, in my late 20s, like around when I gave up, like the lead up to that, and having just like these blackout drunk nights, like I stopped being able to be in control. Yeah, I've wondered why. Like, my feelings of drink being a reward haven't diminished completely. Like I still have like that little voice. You know, last Christmas and the Christmas before, when I wasn't drinking, I just realised how awkward I actually am. I couldn't use drink anymore to hide behind. You're kind of like forced to always be completely yourself. You don't have a choice. And everyone else is able to kind of loosen up with the drink, I suppose. But like, yeah, like I've been at weddings where I've just like left early because I just feel really like, what is my strategy? What is my strategy? So, oh, hello? Hello! Hi, baby! I've got a baby and a husband here now. I'm telling them about my strategies to make sure that I don't drink over Christmas. I'm so sad that you're not going to be around.
You're sad?
Yeah.
At least you get to see people. I'm just going to be walking around on my own in my hotel room watching Die Hard.
No. Main one is to remember why I stopped drinking in the first place. All I have to do is think back to that one night. Every time, if I had like the nicest, like, you know, like a whiskey and coke like right here, and I was sniffing it and I was like, if I think back to that night and how I was and the horrific 2-3 day hangover afterwards and the repercussions on my relationships and all of the negatives about that, I think I just have to think about that and I'll just sit the glass back down. Pretty positive that that will work without fail for me into the future. You know, I'm gonna have to just relive that if I have weak moments. I'm gonna limit the amount of time I spend around people who are 1 or 2 drinks in. So unfortunately it's gonna mean going to bed very early for me on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's just the way it is. I just don't really know how else to manage it while I'm having dinner with like loads of extended family. Don't knock down my light, Baba.
What are you doing?
I just can't. And also, like, one thing that helps is that I bed share with my son, and one of the like safe sleep 7 things with bed sharing is that you have to be sober. So, you know, if I really want to drink and I'm like, well, how am I gonna put that child to sleep? He likes to stick his feet in under my stomach. He has his way that he likes to sleep, and I don't want to deal with him crying for me when, you know, if I put him in a cot or something like that. So I can be just like, no, focusing on the positives, you know, like obviously waking up with a fresh head the next day and all that, but just, you know, not feeling like gross and sick. And then the last one is to have, you know, turn an online community. I joined a group on Facebook that is full of people experiencing the same thing and the same like feelings of weakness and worries and all that kind of thing. So I'm going to just check in there, but also I mainly wanted to post this video so that we can make a little community down in the comments. If you are in the same boat, let me know. What are your tips? What are your little nuggets of insight? This time of year is just, it's always going to probably be a challenge, and I want to still be encouraging to people. Like, you know, it's still the best thing I've ever done. It's manageable, it's doable, it does get easier. But there are times, and I just have to be honest about that, there are times where you're like, the last year or two have been very testing and challenging, and I've only realised how lucky I've been. Hi baby. I've been very lucky to have Thomas on hand to not drink with me. Say mama. Say mama, don't drink. And I'll have to go and breastfeed this little, not a baby, is a 15-month-old toddler. If you're in the same boat as me, I feel you. I feel you so fucking hard. We can do this. I know I can get through this. It's just, I'm grieving. I'm grieving Christmas from when I was a drinker. I am, and you know, I committed to being off alcohol for another, I think it was like however long ago. I said I'd give it up for a year, then I said I'd give it up for 5 years. Like, I've made a commitment, and you know, maybe you're watching this and you've decided to give it up forever for 100%. I find it easier to say, oh, maybe one day I can have a glass of wine. I probably won't. It just makes things easier in my brain to just have that little, say it's like a chunk of time here and there. Grieving can exist in parallel with a positive choice, a good thing, a good choice. Usually grief is associated with sad things or like, you know, awful things, but not in this instance. if you're off alcohol too, or anything, you've given up any kind of, you know, thing that you had a substance abuse problem with, or you're trying to deal with binge eating, anything like that. I just wanted to send this little Christmas message to stay strong, and to if you're feeling like very isolated, or like you're the only one in your whole family, or you know, your whole real life community, like where you just feel alone, talk to me down in the comments. I will try and reply to as many comments as I can, and I don't necessarily love you because I don't know you, but I have unconditional love for all living things, so sending you that love and light and virtual hugs and good vibes, and happy Christmas. And New Year's coming soon. I have another video all edited and ready to go very soon, so yeah, farewell, and thanks for listening to this weird ranty little vloggy old school vlog thing. Mwah!